What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse review. I am Adam Howard. This channel is AKH Vids. And to start off, if you haven't heard of me before, subscribe down below. Check out some of my other videos. Help a lot. So, going past the formalities, this is my Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse review. And just start right off the top. Holy crap, I love this movie. Mwah. Mwah. There's 3 directors I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but not just the directors, but the whole team that did this. It's a beautiful movie. It features the story of Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man, which is a unique take because we've gotten 6 other Spider-Man movies that have featured Peter Parker. In this one, we get something different. There is Peter Parker in this, but it's a different take, and I'll get into that going through the plot a little bit. So, Miles Morales is a kid, comes from a strict family who doesn't like Spider-Man and all this kind of stuff. And he's close with his Uncle Aaron because he thinks his Uncle Aaron's cool and everything like that. And we end up seeing Miles getting bitten by a spider and gaining these spider powers. But he falls into this. He enters this unique situation which puts him in a very strange place, and he has to go through his hero's journey to become the Spider-Man of the, I want to say 616 universe, but that's the comic universe, whatever the film universe is. And throughout it, we see he gets help from tons of other Spider people like Spider-Man Peter B. Parker, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Noir, Spider-Pig, the Mech Spider-Man, and I think that's it. And Aunt May a little bit. But we see this unique take on Spider-Man and his story and his origin and everything like that. And it's refreshing to the superhero genre, and I honestly believe it is the best superhero movie we've gotten probably in a while. Because Disney and Marvel and everything like that do a stupendous job building this universe, but it's almost to the point for me where it's getting stagnant, where I love Avengers Infinity War when I first saw it, but now I haven't even gone back and watched it again. I'm like, I don't really need to re-see it. There's a couple movies in there that I'd like to go back and rewatch a couple times, but that universe isn't really doing anything new now. They're just kind of redoing the same thing over and over again. It's kind of like if you make a chocolate cake, then a vanilla cake, then a strawberry cake, then a confetti birthday cake, and all you got is, you still just got regular cake. It's just cake, it's just different flavored. There's just something different about it. Maybe I should have done different frosting. Oh well, that's my metaphor, or simile. The story itself is beautiful. It's beautifully done. I'm not familiar with this particular story from the comics. There is a Spider-Verse event, which is developed by Dan Slott in Spider-Verse Storyline, which I actually have comics of. Furthermore, this story, it's wonderfully told, and the characters throughout it are great. Like I mentioned before, Spider-Ham, perfectly voiced by John Mulaney, Spider-Noir, Nick Cage, Peter B. Parker, Jake Johnson, which is great. All the voice performances, Haley Steinfeld as Spider-Gwen, and I don't remember the other person, but other than like the Spider people, all the villains and stuff are done great. What I didn't know is Mahershala Ali is in this movie, and honestly, like, he's I think he's one of the most underrated actors working today, because he's done stuff like Green Book, Moonlight. He's been Cottonmouth in Luke Cage, and now he is Uncle Aaron in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and he's just killing it right now. Mahershala Ali is on a roll. He also did the Man stuff in Long Shot Part 1 on Man 18, I believe, and he killed it on that too. He's great. Mahershala Ali's great. All the acting in this movie is great. It's stellar. I forgot to talk about Kingpin, Mary Jane, May Parker. Yeah, all the voice cast in this is great. One thing that's very important to this movie is animation, and the animation, oh my god, it's awesome. This is the best animated movie I've seen since the Lego Movie, and I love the Lego Movie. The Lego Movie is one of my favorite animated movies of all time, but this, Into the Spider-Verse, has surpassed it. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, I know were a part of this. They outdid themselves. Mwah! Like I said before, this movie, I love it. It's what Spider-Man's supposed to be. Like, I cried tears of joy through this movie, which the last time that happened was getting Spider-Man in Civil War. And before that, I believe it was Force Awakens, which this is like Force Awakens for me, where it's almost like a religious journey where you're like, this is exactly how this is supposed to feel. This is the spider voice of God running through me. And oh my god, they didn't disappoint. This movie, there's so many action scenes and it feels so much like Spider-Man. I'm getting chills right now talking about it because it's that good. I want to see it again, but I feel like if I see it again, it's going to ruin its luster. But I feel like it could just kick ass again if I go and see it. I love this movie so much and all the stuff they do with it, all the animation. I forgot to mention that it's basically a comic book come to life. Because there's certain moments where it's like shown with the different panels, and then there's like the onomatopoeia and stuff like that. Like there's thwip. I don't know if it actually does thwip, but there's like doink and plop and all this different kind of stuff. And it's just this over-the-top zany universe that's exactly what Spider-Man's supposed to be. This is, I think, one of the perfect incarnations of Spider-Man. The only Spider-Man thing that I think I love more is Spider-Man Blue, which is a comic book. And if they hit that close and knocked it out of the park that much, they nailed it. If you couldn't tell by my love of this movie, I gotta give it an A+. This movie freaking killed it. I was gonna do an awards thing this year, but that kind of, I'm not gonna be able to do that in the way I wanted to. Maybe next year. But this movie would have gotten Best Animated Feature, probably would have gotten Best Movie, Best Ensemble Cast, definitely would have got a nomination for Best Actor, all this kind of great stuff, because this movie kills it. I love it so much, and I didn't think I'd be so energetic doing this video, even though it took me like 10 times to get started and get rolling on it, but oh my god, I love it. I love Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I highly recommend you go see it. If you haven't seen it yet, what the fuck are you doing? Just like I looked in the mirror, and after the movie, I'm like, why did I wait so long to see it? It came out a month ago! If you haven't seen it, go see it. It might be in a dollar theater somewhere at this point by the time you're seeing my review. But go see it, please. For the love of God, go see it. It's got, I think, 300 million box office or 200 million. Go see it. Go get the box office up. It's definitely going to win the Oscar. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. And I actually got the Lego set with Miles Morales in it. I would have it behind me, but I haven't built it yet. It's like I'm on speed right now. I've never been on speed before, but I imagine this is kind of what it's got to feel like. Holy crap. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, A+, A+, A+. Mwah. One of my favorite movies of all time, it's got to be. I hope I don't hype it too much up for next time I go and watch it and then be like, that's not as great as I remember. But it was so awesome. It's in the echelon, I think, of like Blade Runner 2049, Caddyshack. Those are the only movies, like, currently, like, off the top of my head I can name are, like, my favorites. There's certain other movies in there that I just haven't either seen recently enough to speak upon, or that I'm just forgetting for some dumb reason. But let me know your thoughts down below. I love Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I want to continue this conversation in the comments. You can also tweet at me at AKHVids or HowardAK88. I'll most likely respond, and if you tweet at me, I'll probably see the notification and respond pretty quickly. Yeah, I love Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Also, Instagram, HowardAK88, and AKHVids. You can contact me there. You can talk to me about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'd love to talk about it. It's a lovely movie. It's beautiful. It's awesomely done. Originally, I thought I wasn't gonna like it as much as other people, but this is the best Spider-Man movie, if not one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I just love it so much. I hope I don't overhype it for you, but it's an A+ movie. And after you shut this off, if you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Go out to the theater and see it right now. And I don't know how to end it. Anyways, it's been my pleasure to serve you, and until next time. What?